So hello and welcome friends to our channel Intromech, and here we discuss about basic mechanical engineering concepts. So today we are going to discuss something about bearings. Now bearings are most widely used in the industries because they take loads, they reduce the friction, then they support the different gears and various other stuffs. Now what they do, they convert the sliding contact into say point contact or line contact, which ultimately reduces your power requirements, and that's why bearings are very important uh, part of any machine or any system. So without wasting time, let's see how we can select a bearing on the basis of our system inputs. So what input data we require for the bearing selections? There are different parameters. So first is the bearing type. Now when I say bearing type, there are different bearing types available in the market: ball bearings, then roller bearings, needle bearings. So how we can select a particular type? So we have to think about all these parameters. What is the load, then is there any misalignment, what is the space, at how much speed our bearing is going to operate. So we have to consider all these parameters, and on that basis we have to select our bearing. Then precision requirement, how much precise our system is, if there is a run out, whether it is allowable or not. So we have to think about these factors. Then bearing size, so on the bearing size, your dynamic load, then static load, and its life is dependent. So we have to consider all these parameters. Then again we have a lubrication parameter, mounting parameter, and fits. So all in all we have to consider all these parameters. So do we have any combined tool so that we can consider all these parameters? Yes, SKF is a manufacturer of bearings, and they provide us a free tool through which we can select the required bearing. So let's see how we can select our bearing through this tool. So these are first the basic selection procedures that we have to take into consideration, and you could read all these factors, and let's see how we can consider all these parameters into the tool and can get our required output. So first you have to put escape bearing selection tool in the Google, so you could see the options. Then you can see the escape bearing select.com. You have to click on that. The window will open up here. You could see its interface. Now what you have to do, you have to log in first into the site. If you don't have a account, go on to the register, fill your input data and create your account. I have created mine, so here I have put all my details and I have logged in. As soon as I log in, you could see my name Manoj, and now we have to give the inputs to the system. So you could see here the bearing type and arrangement it is asking. So whether it is rolling or plain bearing, we are going with the rolling bearing. Where it is single or two bearings, we are going with a single bearing. So click on the next. Now here you have to select the bearing type, whether you are going for a deep groove ball bearing, taper bearing, cylindrical bearing. So for this selection, let's see, deep groove ball bearing we are having. Now you can see the dimensional constraints. Now as soon as you click the deep groove ball bearing, it is showing all the available bearings which are there. If we put some filter here, say my ID is 20 to 25, so now it has filtered out the options and it is showing only the bearings available for the ID of 20 to 25. So let's select 20 and the bearing we have selected and hit next. Now you could see it is showing which calculations do we require. So it will show the weight, viscosity, grease life, minimum load. So we will go with all calculations and hit next. So we have to give input that what are the forces coming on the bearing, what is the speed, what are the temperatures, and on that basis it will calculate all the parameters and then decide whether the selected bearing is okay or not. Now we have to put the radial load here. Now what is radial load? The load which is coming in the radial direction of the bearing. So we have to calculate that from our system, and then we have to input that data. Let's say we have a 0.1 kilonewton, and the axial load which is coming along the axis of the bearing, we have a, let's consider 0 axial load. Then what is the speed which is in rpm? Let's consider 500 rpm. Now the temperatures, the inner ring and there is an outer ring, so let's consider 50 degrees Celsius for inner ring and outer ring at 40 degrees Celsius. Now you could see here the option changed to outer ring rotation, as bearing it has inner ring rotation and outer ring rotation also. If we consider, let's say, fan, so its outer ring is rotating, so according to the application we have to select that. Now these are the default settings. The lubrication and contamination, then shaft we have considered horizontal, radial clearance we have considered normal. So these are the default settings, we can change that also. Now after putting this, just hit on the calculate and all the data will get calculated. So you could see on the bottom side calculation results, you just have to unfold all. So as soon as we click on unfold all, it will show the details of each and every calculation. We can see here the bearing, its load ratings, it's a deep groove ball bearing, its bore, then outer dia width, what are the load ratings, all the details it is showing. Then what consideration it has done during the calculation, that is also given in the highlighted blue box. Then minimum load, then viscosity, all the parameters which we have selected earlier, it has checked it for our system inputs. We have selected the bearing and we have given the inputs, and now the software has checked that whether the selected bearing will be okay or not. So this is the flow of process. Now you could see a static safety factor is around 40, which is very high. So our bearing is okay, it is having a very high static safety factor. Now let's see if we change the load. Now we have a 0.1 kilonewton. If I do it 5 times, let's consider it's at 0.5 kilonewton, and then again hit the calculate. Now see how drastically the static load factor is changing. Let's see, now it has got like 8.1, previously it was like 40. So that's why the input data plays an important role. You have to put the input data properly. And then we have a fit and tolerances. We can go with the standard fit recommendation. You just have to on it, so it will take a standard fit selection, because there is a fit between the bearing and the shaft, and we have to select that. Now it has taken standard. You could see shaft K5 and housing HH. So these will decide the tolerances. So we have selected the standard fit here, and it will show the consideration valid for solid steel shaft only. So after this we have to click on the next, and you can have all the summary of the calculations which we have done. We can download the report also, just give the title and you can fill all other details also, and just click on the download. So as soon as you click on the download, it will take some time to process out, and will give you the summary of all the calculations, so that you can save the document for your reference purpose. So now we have downloaded, and we can see the file. So it looks like a big file. Okay, so here you could see the November 13 2021, on that date we have done the calculations. Abstract, it is showing which bearing we have selected, its designation, what are its parameters, its specifications, static safety factor you could see here. And then we have the input bearing data, what is its size, dia, width, all its physical parameters, then load, speed and temperature, feeds tolerances, then loads, adjustable reference speed, lubrication conditions, all the data it has combined together in a single sheet, so we can keep this as our reference. So this is how we can check the bearing. Now it is asking, should we start a new project? I am hitting yes. So again it will come on the home page. You can again start giving your inputs, and can have a different results. So this is how we can effectively use this tool for the bearing selection, and it is freely available. You just have to create your account and that's it. So it's a very useful site, I must say. And let's see what we have done. So I have just summarized all the data. If you have missed something into the video, you can follow these steps, or these steps will help you to get more clarification that how the flow is there. So first we selected the bearing types, then we give all the calculations we have selected. After putting this filter, we have selected the bearing, then we give the calculation factors, then we give all the input data and all the other parameters, and finally we got the summary of all the calculations. So this is how we can use the software, and this is SKF and Indian standard bearing designation, you could see. So the bearing number, what is its significance, how you should read that. So you can read this document and also can go into the details that how a bearing number should be read. So, and these are some theoretical calculations which are required, or how the software calculates the data, you could say. So this is the equivalent load which takes into consideration the radial and axial load. There are other different factors also on the bearing life, so we can theoretically also calculate this data, but it takes a long time. So that's why we can use that SKF bearing selection tool effectively to select our bearing, and it gives us the total summary, and we can save it for the reference. So that's it for the today's session. I hope you all understood how we can easily select the bearing, but the most important thing is the input data. You must be clear about the input data. You should analyze your input system, what are the loads coming on your bearings, and that's how you should enter the correct input data. So thank you for your patient listening, and if you have any doubts, please do write into the comment section. Until then, stay home, stay happy. Thank you.